As the legal storm surrounding Sean "Diddy" Combs intensifies, the music mogul's life and empire are collapsing under the weight of an explosive series of allegations, legal battles, and new evidence that could change the course of his future. Recently, shocking developments have surfaced, revealing the deeper extent of his alleged criminal activities and abusive behavior. The stakes have never been higher, as Diddy faces the consequences of decades of manipulation, abuse, and perhaps even involvement in some of the most notorious deaths in the music industry. The situation has grown so dire that even Diddy's own legal team has begun to distance themselves from him. One of his high-profile attorneys recently walked away from the case, a dramatic and telling move that suggests even the most experienced legal minds are losing faith in Diddy's ability to escape the web of allegations and evidence against him. As the world watches in disbelief, the truth about Diddy's actions and the people who enabled him is coming to light, one jaw-dropping revelation at a time. Diddy's lawyer walks away, a signal of desperation. In a shocking twist, Diddy's longtime lawyer, who had been representing him through various legal challenges, has reportedly thrown in the towel. According to sources close to the case, the lawyer's departure came in the midst of an ongoing court proceeding, with the attorney expressing a lack of faith in both Diddy's case and Diddy himself. This sudden resignation sent shockwaves through the legal community, as it's rare for a lawyer to abandon a case so publicly, especially one involving a high-profile client like Diddy. What makes this departure even more significant is the growing body of evidence against Diddy. The legal team's withdrawal is seen as a sign that even the most seasoned lawyers are realizing that the case is becoming increasingly difficult to defend. The mounting pressure from the prosecution, combined with the explosive evidence being leaked, appears to have finally pushed Diddy's attorney to acknowledge the uphill battle they face. The resignation of Diddy's lawyer is a stark reminder of the stakes involved in this case. It also speaks to the broader challenges Diddy is now facing as he attempts to navigate the criminal charges, the overwhelming evidence, and the mounting public scrutiny. The pizza boxes call evidence of cover-ups and corruption. As if the situation weren't bad enough, a prison phone call recording surfaced that has become a central piece of evidence in the case against Diddy. On October 23rd, the internet exploded when the recording revealed a conversation between Diddy and one of his sons, where Diddy allegedly advised his son to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The cryptic message, which seemed innocuous at first, took on a darker meaning as more details came to light. Diddy's instructions to get rid of the pizza boxes were widely interpreted as an attempt to destroy evidence that could be used against him. This recording raises troubling questions about what Diddy may have been trying to hide. The pizza boxes, though seemingly trivial, may be symbolic of a larger effort to conceal incriminating material. This is not the first time Diddy has been accused of trying to cover up evidence. In fact, his entire career has been shrouded in secrecy and suspicion, with allegations of manipulation, intimidation, and control swirling around him for decades. In the wake of this revelation, legal experts are suggesting that the prison call could be a critical piece of evidence that links Diddy to the broader conspiracy of abuse, exploitation, and possibly even murder that has been associated with his name. With each new leak of information, the case against Diddy becomes more complex and difficult to deny. The FBI raid what was found at Diddy's home. The prosecution's case received a significant boost when agents conducted a search of Diddy's residence, uncovering a trove of evidence that links the mogul to the criminal activities he is accused of. Among the items seized during the raid were multiple firearms, including 3 defaced AR-15 rifles, a large-capacity drum magazine, and other illegal weapons. These weapons were found alongside an extensive collection of electronic devices, containing images and videos of the infamous freak-offs, parties where Diddy and his associates allegedly engaged in sexual exploitation. Perhaps even more disturbing were the items discovered that appeared to be used in these freak-offs. Among the items seized were cases upon cases of personal lubricants and baby oil. More than 1,000 bottles altogether. These items were allegedly used by Diddy and his staff to stock hotel rooms in preparation for these sordid events. The discovery of these items paints a chilling picture of the type of environment Diddy fostered, one that relied on exploitation, manipulation, and abuse. The evidence seized in the raid not only strengthens the prosecution's case, but also sheds light on the scale of the operations Diddy was allegedly running. These revelations suggest that the freak-offs were not just isolated incidents, but part of a larger, organized operation involving multiple victims, many of whom are believed to have been coerced or drugged into participating. New witnesses and flash drives. The truth comes to light. The case took a dramatic turn when Courtney Burgess, a former associate of Diddy's late ex-girlfriend Kim Porter, came forward with new information that could change the trajectory of the trial. Burgess claims to have received flash drives containing explosive material that may hold the key to unraveling the full extent of Diddy's alleged criminal activities. According to Burgess, these flash drives contained the completed manuscript of a book that Kim Porter had promised to release if anything ever happened to her. This book, which Porter reportedly began writing before her untimely death in 2018, is said to contain chilling details about Diddy's abusive behavior and the dark secrets of his empire. According to Burgess, the manuscript starts with a message from Kim Porter herself, in which she promises to expose the truth if anything were to happen to her. The content of the book includes detailed accounts of Diddy's physical abuse towards Porter, including an incident where he allegedly hit her with a chair so hard that she was hospitalized. Porter reportedly feared for her life after this attack, but Diddy is said to have paid off the hospital staff to keep the incident quiet. Burgess's revelation about the flash drives and the book is a game-changer. If the contents of the manuscript are verified, it could provide undeniable evidence of the abuse Diddy inflicted on Porter and others. The book also reportedly details how Diddy controlled every aspect of Porter's life, including wiring her home, tapping her phone, and even hiring people to spy on her. These manipulative tactics echo the behavior Diddy has been accused of in other lawsuits, suggesting a pattern of control and exploitation that extended well beyond his relationships. Kim Porter's allegations, a legacy of abuse. Kim Porter's allegations, as revealed in her manuscript, paint a disturbing picture of the control Diddy exerted over her life. She reportedly described how Diddy would often lash out in fits of rage, leaving her physically and emotionally shattered. One of the most shocking claims in the manuscript is that during a yacht trip, Diddy allegedly broke Porter's nose in a violent attack so severe that she had to be flown to the hospital for treatment. The violence, however, was only one aspect of the abuse. Porter also described how Diddy used his power to manipulate and humiliate her, controlling every facet of her life. Porter's allegations of abuse echo those made by other women who have come forward with their own stories of mistreatment at the hands of Diddy. Cassie, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, filed her own lawsuit against the mogul, detailing years of manipulation and control during their 11-year relationship. These lawsuits, combined with Porter's manuscript, suggest that Diddy's abusive behavior was not an isolated incident, but part of a larger pattern that spanned decades. Perhaps the most chilling claim in Porter's manuscript is her suggestion that Diddy may have been involved in the deaths of two of the most iconic figures in hip-hop history, Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. Porter reportedly hinted that Diddy orchestrated events to eliminate his rivals and maintain control over their legacies. This explosive revelation adds a new layer of complexity to the case, raising questions about Diddy's involvement in the unsolved murders of Tupac and Biggie. The Tupac and Biggie murders, a dark legacy of betrayal. The tragic deaths of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. have long been the subject of conspiracy theories, with many speculating about the role Diddy may have played in the events leading up to their murders. Retired LAPD detective Greg Keating, who was involved in the investigations into both deaths, recently spoke out about Diddy's possible involvement. Keating claims that there were financial transactions related to the murders that point to Diddy as being at the heart of the conspiracy. According to Keating, Diddy may have ordered the hit on Tupac, a move that would have cemented his control over the East Coast rap scene. In addition to these claims, musician Jaguar Wright has also come forward with her own theories about Diddy's involvement in the deaths of Tupac and Biggie. Wright suggests that Diddy had access to substances that could trigger pneumonia and heart attack-like symptoms, which could explain the sudden and mysterious deaths of several figures in the music industry. She also claims to have evidence linking Diddy to the deaths, which could provide the key to unraveling the truth about what happened to these iconic figures. Kim Porter's death, a web of suspicion and foul play. Kim Porter's sudden death in 2018 was officially attributed to pneumonia, but from the moment the news broke, there were suspicions about the circumstances surrounding her passing. The initial coroner's report revealed the presence of toxins in Porter's body that could mimic the symptoms of pneumonia, raising questions about whether foul play was involved. Rumors began to circulate that Porter's death was not a natural one, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding her final hours only fueled the speculation. According to reports, Porter made a 911 call at 2:43 a.m. on the morning of her death, but help did not arrive until hours later. When her friend, Kamara Lee Simmons, found her around 11 a.m., Porter was already unresponsive. The delay in medical assistance, combined with the suspicious findings in the coroner's report, has led many to believe that there is more to Porter's death than meets the eye. Kim Porter's family has reportedly been in contact with the FBI and is considering pursuing a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy. However, investigators have urged them to remain silent for the time being, as doing so may compromise the ongoing investigation into the circumstances surrounding her death. The final days of Diddy's empire, a family in ruin. As Diddy's legal troubles continue to mount, it seems that his once glamorous empire is collapsing in on itself. His family, once a source of support, is increasingly distancing themselves from him. At recent bail hearings, it was noted that Diddy's children were noticeably absent, with only his sons Justin and Christian appearing in court. The lack of support from his family highlights the growing isolation Diddy is facing, as the truth about his actions comes to light. With each new revelation, it becomes clear that Diddy's empire was built on manipulation, abuse, and possibly even murder. As the legal battles continue, it is likely that more people will come forward with their own stories, further tarnishing Diddy's reputation and legacy. The full extent of his actions is still unfolding, but one thing is certain: Diddy's world, once a symbol of success and power, is now crumbling before our eyes. The mysterious deaths of industry figures, a pattern of tragedy. One of the most striking aspects of the allegations surrounding Diddy is the growing list of untimely deaths connected to him. The deaths of several prominent figures in the music world, including Andre Harrell, Jamie Foxx, Aaron Carter, Whitney Houston, and the notorious B.I.G., have sparked theories that point to Diddy as a central figure in a series of tragedies that span decades. Whether through mysterious illnesses, suspicious accidents, or violent deaths, The common thread linking these events is their proximity to Diddy. These deaths, many of which remain unexplained or shrouded in secrecy, have led to widespread speculation about the mogul's role in them. One of the most haunting connections is the death of Andre Harrell, the founder of Uptown Records, who passed away under mysterious circumstances. Harrell, known for giving Diddy his first big break, had been working on a manuscript that aimed to expose the darker side of the music industry. According to reports, Harrell's manuscript was set to reveal how powerful figures in the industry, including Diddy and Clive Davis, used manipulation and substances to control and silence their peers. Tragically, before he could release these revelations, Harrell was found dead at his home in California. The circumstances of his death remain suspicious, with many wondering if it was connected to his plans to expose the truth. The shocking accusations against Jamie Foxx, poisoning and cover-ups. Another high-profile figure whose life and career have been linked to Diddy is Jamie Foxx. Known for his immense talent and versatility, Foxx had a famously close relationship with Diddy. The two men were so close that Diddy allegedly allowed Foxx to record some of the infamous freak-off activities that reportedly took place during private parties thrown by Diddy. However, things took a sinister turn when Foxx reportedly experienced a mysterious health scare, one that many believe may have been orchestrated by Diddy himself. Foxx's health scare occurred shortly after he began speaking out about the darker aspects of his relationship with Diddy. According to sources close to Foxx, he was poisoned and forced into a coma. In a chilling twist, both Foxx and his security guard, Big Hoy CC, have claimed that Foxx directly accused Diddy of being responsible for the poisoning. Big Hoy went even further, asserting that Foxx reported the poisoning to the FBI, a claim that adds a new layer of intrigue to the already troubling allegations. The connection between Foxx's mysterious health issues and his close ties to Diddy raises serious questions about the mogul's involvement in the lives of those around him. The fact that Foxx survived the ordeal only deepens the mystery surrounding Diddy's actions and the lengths he may go to protect his empire and silence those who threaten to expose it. A pattern of deaths. From Whitney Houston to Aaron Carter, the list of celebrities who have mysteriously passed away under suspicious circumstances continues to grow, with many of these deaths occurring within the same circles as Diddy. One of the most high-profile cases is that of Whitney Houston, whose tragic drowning in 2012 shocked the world. Houston, who had long struggled with substance abuse, was found dead in a hotel bathtub, with rumors swirling about the role of drugs in her death. However, many close to her believe that her death was far more sinister. Some have suggested that Houston's death was not just a result of her struggles with addiction, but a calculated move by powerful figures in the industry who wanted to control her legacy. Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, would also tragically pass away just a few years later under eerily similar circumstances. Found unconscious in a bathtub, Bobby Christina's death sparked a wave of speculation, with many wondering if the pattern of drowning deaths in the music industry was more than just a coincidence. Her mother's close ties to Diddy and the broader music world, as well as her own struggles with addiction, have led some to question whether these deaths were part of a larger scheme orchestrated by powerful figures in the industry. Similarly, the tragic death of Aaron Carter has been added to this grim list of mysterious passings. Known for his turbulent life and struggles with substance abuse, Carter had ties to Diddy early in his career. In the months leading up to his death, Carter reportedly made cryptic claims that someone was after him, and he feared for his life. These ominous warnings have raised suspicions that Carter may have been another victim of Diddy's far-reaching influence, with his death potentially tied to the same dark forces that have claimed other lives in the industry. The death of Biggie Smalls, a long-standing mystery. The unsolved murder of the notorious B.I.G., one of the most iconic figures in hip-hop, remains one of the darkest chapters in the history of the music industry. Biggie, born Christopher Wallace, was shot and killed in Los Angeles in 1997, just months after the death of Tupac Shakur. The rivalry between East Coast and West Coast hip-hop, fueled in part by Diddy and his associates, is believed to have played a central role in the events leading up to Biggie's murder. Nearly 3 decades later, speculation continues to swirl around Diddy's involvement in Biggie's death. Many have questioned whether Diddy played a role in orchestrating Biggie's murder, particularly given the ongoing legal battles surrounding his actions. Greg Keating, a retired LAPD detective who was involved in the investigation into Biggie's death, recently revealed new evidence that could shed light on the role Diddy may have played. According to Keating, there were financial transactions related to the murder that point directly to Diddy as a key player in the conspiracy. Keating also uncovered evidence suggesting that Diddy may have been attempting to suppress Biggie's departure from Bad Boy Records, a move that could have directly impacted the fate of the label. The Biggie conspiracy. Shocking new revelations. Further revelations about Biggie's death were made when Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, came forward with his own testimony about the events surrounding Biggie's murder. Deal, who had a rare look at Biggie's contract, claims that Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy Records just weeks before his death. Biggie was reportedly unhappy with the terms of his deal, and according to Deal, he was set to sign a massive new contract worth over $60 million. This new deal would have significantly altered the landscape of the music industry, and many believe that Diddy may have been desperate to keep Biggie tied to his label. In an interview on DJ Vlad's vlog, Gene Deal went even further, claiming that Biggie was on the verge of securing a new deal that would have made him far more successful than he had ever been. According to Deal, Diddy was keenly aware of Biggie's growing dissatisfaction and was willing to do anything to keep him under control. Deal's account of the events surrounding Biggie's murder adds another layer of complexity to the ongoing speculation about Diddy's involvement in the death of one of hip-hop's greatest legends. Craig Mack, another victim of Diddy's empire? The tragic death of rapper Craig Mack, a key figure in the early days of Bad Boy Records, has also raised questions about Diddy's role in his life and career. Mack, who died in 2018 at the age of 47, was reportedly suffering from congestive heart failure at the time of his death. However, many close to him believe that his health issues were exacerbated by the stress and exploitation he experienced during his time with Diddy. Mack's relationship with Diddy reportedly soured over financial disagreements, with Mack feeling that he had been cheated out of his fair share of profits. Mack even spoke out about the pressure he felt from Diddy and his associates, likening their tactics to those of a mafia operation. According to sources, Mack was threatened by Diddy's people, who stalked him and issued chilling warnings. The threats eventually escalated to death threats, leaving Mack genuinely fearing for his life. Tragically, just a few years later, Mack passed away, adding his name to the growing list of individuals whose deaths have been linked to Diddy's influence and control. The rising tide of legal action, the future of Diddy's empire. As more and more individuals come forward with their own stories of mistreatment, exploitation, and abuse, the pressure on Diddy to confront these allegations continues to build. From accusations of poisoning and abuse to links to the deaths of some of the most iconic figures in music, Diddy's empire is quickly unraveling. With new evidence surfacing daily, it's becoming increasingly difficult to deny the role Diddy may have played in the tragic events that have rocked the industry. The coming months will likely see more lawsuits, more revelations, and more legal battles as the truth about Diddy's actions comes to light. Whether he can survive this storm or whether his empire will crumble under the weight of these allegations remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: Diddy's legacy is forever tainted by the darkness that lurks behind the scenes of his once dominant empire.